Long ago, deep within an ancient and quiet forest, there was a peaceful kingdom where kindness and truth were valued above all. In that kingdom lived a young princess with hair as bright as the morning sun and eyes as blue and clear as the sky after a gentle summer rain. Though she grew up surrounded by luxury, her heart remained innocent, tender, and filled with wonder. Among all the treasures in the palace, she loved one thing more than anything else, a small golden ball. It was a cherished gift from her childhood, a symbol of joy and the simple happiness of being young. One warm afternoon, as golden sunlight covered the palace garden, the princess ran to the old well at the far end of the courtyard. She tossed the golden ball high into the air, watching it sparkle like a tiny sun dancing above her hands. But in a single careless moment, the ball slipped through her fingers. It rolled quickly across the stone path, bounced once at the well's edge, and disappeared into the deep darkness below. A small splash echoed from the bottom. The princess leaned over the stone rim, but the well was deeper than she could imagine. And for the first time in her life, she felt true loss. Tears filled her eyes as she whispered, "If only someone could bring my ball back, I would give anything." Suddenly, from the still water below, a gentle voice rose up. "Why do you weep, princess?" Startled, she looked down and saw a small green frog, his eyes soft and full of understanding. She told him everything, and the frog listened with surprising patience.
Welcome to the feast, Princess. Pray, eat your fill.
Thank you, my liege. The spread looks magnificent.
"I can help you," he said calmly, "but you must make me a promise. Allow me to be your companion, to sit beside you, to share your meals, and to stay near you each night."
We have faced darker nights than this. Have faith, Elara. We will find a way through this together.
And so the kingdom lived happily.
The princess
ever
froze.
after, my dear.
A frog as a companion? The thought made her shudder, but she longed for her golden ball more than anything. So, without thinking deeply, she nodded and agreed.
Please, princess, only your kiss can break this spell.
At once, the frog dove into the well. Only moments later, he pushed the golden ball back to the surface. The princess cried out with joy, grabbed the ball, and ran straight toward the palace without a word, without a glance, without remembering the promise she had made. Behind her, the frog called softly, "Princess, you gave me your word." That evening, as the royal family sat for dinner, a soft knock echoed through the grand hall.
Hold your
The princess opened the door, and there on the steps sat the little green frog. "You promised me," he said. "Let me sit beside you." She shut the door in fear and disgust, but the king saw her distress. After hearing her story, he spoke with a quiet gravity. A royal must keep their word, even when it is difficult, even to a frog.
Reluctantly, she opened the door again. The frog hopped into the hall and approached the long dining table. "Lift me up beside you," he said. She obeyed, her heart sinking. The frog ate from her plate and drank from her cup, while she stared at him in discomfort. The king said nothing, teaching through silence the weight of keeping a promise. After dinner, the frog spoke again. "Now take me to your chamber." The princess nearly cried at the thought, but her father's words echoed in her heart. With a heavy sigh, she carried the frog up the staircase and placed him gently on a small cushion beside her bed. She turned away, praying the night would end soon. But the frog whispered one more request. "Kiss me goodnight, princess, just as you promised." She was shocked. A kiss for a frog? Yet deep within her, she remembered what honor meant. She took a trembling breath, closed her eyes, and pressed a soft kiss onto his cold forehead. In that instant, the room filled with a brilliant light. When the glow faded, the frog was gone. In his place stood a young prince with warm, grateful eyes. "I was cursed," he said gently. "Only a promise kept with true sincerity could break the spell, and you have freed me." The princess stood stunned, but her heart softened. "Thank you," he said softly, "for choosing honesty, even when it was difficult." He extended his hand. "Will you come with me to my kingdom?"
You have served the realm well, Lady.
With a hopeful smile, the princess answered, "Yes, I will."
Majesty.
The next morning, a royal carriage arrived. The driver was Heinrich, the prince's loyal servant, whose heart had once been bound by 3 iron bands, placed there to keep his heart from breaking, while his master lived under the curse. As the carriage began to move, a loud crack echoed through the air. Heinrich smiled. "1 iron band has broken," he said. "It breaks because my heart is overflowing with joy." The princess looked back at her home one last time. Her father's voice echoed gently in her mind. Honor does not come from the crown you wear, but from the promises you keep.
You seem happy.
The carriage rolled through the forest toward a new life. Hand in hand, the prince and princess shared quiet hopes and dreams for the future. Their hearts beat together beneath the morning sun.
Stunning in that gown, my dear.
And from that day forward, they lived happily ever after. A beautiful reward for a promise kept with the heart.